Blue whales. The silent giants of Earth. Take a deep breath and imagine the ocean. Not as you see it from the shore, but as it truly is. Vast, endless, and mostly unexplored. More than 70% of our planet is covered by water. Yet we have explored more of space than the depths of our own oceans. Now picture yourself floating above this endless blue, the surface calm, almost hypnotic. But beneath it lies a world so alien, so mysterious, that it feels like another planet. And somewhere in that world, moving slowly through the darkness, is a giant. Not a myth, not a legend, but a real living creature, the blue whale. The blue whale is not just the largest whale. It is the largest animal that has ever lived, not just today, not just in the ocean, but in the entire history of Earth. Even the most massive dinosaurs never reached its size. Think about that. Creatures that ruled the Earth for millions of years outmatched by a peaceful giant gliding silently through the sea. An adult blue whale can grow up to 30 meters long. That's about the length of 2 large buses placed end to end, or a 10-story building laid on its side. Its weight can reach 180 tons, sometimes even more. To help you imagine that, that's equal to around 30 elephants, or hundreds of humans combined. And yet, despite all that mass, it moves with surprising elegance, like a slow-motion dream. Its body is long and streamlined, perfectly shaped for life in the ocean. Its skin appears blue underwater, but up close, it's actually a mottled grayish blue, sometimes covered in patterns, almost like fingerprints, unique to each individual. These patterns help scientists identify whales, just like human fingerprints. Now let's talk about something truly incredible: its heart. The heart of a blue whale is massive, weighing around 180 kilograms, about the size of a small car. When it beats, it sends blood through a body the length of a building. And when the whale dives deep, its heart rate slows dramatically, sometimes to just 2 beats per minute. This allows it to conserve oxygen and stay underwater longer, a perfect adaptation for life in the deep. But perhaps the most surprising thing about blue whales is what they eat. You might expect such a giant to hunt massive prey: fish, sharks, even other whales. But no, the blue whale feeds on something incredibly small: krill, tiny shrimp-like creatures only a few centimeters long. And yet, these tiny creatures support the largest animal on Earth. During feeding season, a blue whale can consume up to 4 tons of krill every day. That's millions of individual organisms. So how does it eat so much? Through a method called lunge feeding. The whale accelerates toward a swarm of krill, opens its mouth wide, and engulfs an enormous amount of water. Its throat expands like a giant balloon, taking in water and krill together. Then it closes its mouth and pushes the water out through its baleen plates. These plates trap the krill inside, and the whale swallows. This process repeats again and again and again, efficient, powerful, almost mechanical in its precision. But feeding is only part of their story, because blue whales are also some of the greatest travelers on Earth. They migrate across entire oceans, every year, thousands of kilometers, from cold feeding grounds to warm breeding areas, and back again. A journey that requires incredible endurance and an internal sense of navigation that scientists are still trying to understand. Some believe whales use Earth's magnetic field. Others think they follow ocean currents, or even the stars. But the truth is, we don't fully know, and that mystery makes them even more fascinating. Now imagine being born into this vast world. As a baby blue whale, you enter the ocean already enormous, around 7 meters long, weighing 2 to 3 tons, but you're still vulnerable. You rely entirely on your mother. She feeds you rich milk, up to 200 liters per day. Milk so high in fat that you grow at an incredible rate, around 90 kilograms every single day. That's one of the fastest growth rates in the animal kingdom. Within months, you become stronger, larger, more independent, learning to swim, to dive, to survive, all in a world that has no boundaries. But life in the ocean is not without danger, even for giants. Orcas, also known as killer whales, sometimes target blue whale calves, working together in groups. They can separate a calf from its mother, a rare but real threat. Even giants have enemies. And then there's the greatest threat of all: humans. In the early 20th century, whaling became industrialized. Ships equipped with explosive harpoons hunted whales on a massive scale, Blue whales were especially targeted because of their size, their oil, their value. Tens of thousands were killed year after year until their numbers collapsed. By the time the world realized what was happening, it was almost too late. The largest animal on Earth was on the edge of extinction. Fortunately, change came. International protections were introduced, commercial whaling was banned, and slowly, very slowly, blue whales began to recover. But recovery is not easy because they reproduce slowly. A single calf every 2 to 3 years, sometimes longer, which means population growth is painfully slow. Even today, their numbers are only a fraction of what they once were, and new threats have emerged. Massive cargo ships crossing the oceans sometimes collide with whales, often with fatal consequences. Noise pollution from engines and sonar disrupts their communication. Imagine trying to talk across an ocean while surrounded by constant noise. And then there's climate change. As ocean temperatures shift, krill populations are affected. Less krill means less food. And for a creature that needs tons of food daily, that's a serious problem. Yet despite all of this, blue whales continue to survive. They continue to swim, to sing, to migrate, to exist. And their song is one of the most haunting sounds on Earth. Low, deep, almost like a distant vibration, felt as much as heard, traveling across entire oceans, connecting individuals across unimaginable distances. Scientists are still studying these songs, trying to understand their meaning. Are they calls, signals, messages, or something more, something we haven't yet discovered? There is still so much we don't know, and maybe that's the most powerful part of their story. In a world where we think we understand everything, the blue whale reminds us that mystery still exists. So next time you look at the ocean, don't just see water, see a world. A hidden universe filled with giants, with stories, with life beyond imagination. Because somewhere out there right now, a blue whale is moving through the deep, silent, massive, ancient, a living reminder of the beauty, the power, and the fragility of life on Earth. And the question is, will we protect it? Will we ensure that future generations can still share this planet with the largest creature that ever lived? Because once it's gone, there is nothing on Earth that could ever replace it. The blue whale is not just an animal. It is a legacy, a miracle, a giant that carries the story of our planet in every movement it makes. If you enjoyed this journey into the deep, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because awareness is the first step toward protection, and every small action can help protect something truly enormous.